Motor Speedway. They're lean, they're mean, they're 5 to 7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. The Coast to Coast Racing League 350A Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars.
We are live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. My name is Zach Chapman. I'm here with Shaggy TV, ready to bring you a little Flatline Racing Body's hometown heroes. Sorry if I sound a tad under the weather. Definitely not feeling the best here today. But as of now, only 9 drivers in the session. 8 guys have put a lap down. We have David Tormosky just joined in the 313 machine. So that he's the 9th car here as we edge ever so closer to 9 o'clock. We got Trevor Giroux out here. We haven't had him in a while. The newly married man sporting his new 75 scheme here. I got to see it on the iRacing Dirt page. Let's see here. Can I? Do I really not have an interview camera set up for this place? How many times have I said that this season and then not done it? I guess this one zooms in a little bit here, but definitely not as much as I'd like. Well, both of those rides have got Shaggy TV on them. I'm a lucky man. I didn't even have to dole out any money for that. See it right there on the front of both race cars. The 75 going to work to the inside here. Let's see. Not going to get a good view of Terry there. He was able to clear him. I thought maybe we'd get some side-by-side battling. Top on Terry here, the Desert Demon. Oh, he goes down to the inside. He can go a little lower than that. But you got to go where the speed's at. You don't want to woe her down too much here when you still got a lot of tack in the middle. So you're not seeing Terry enter the whole way next to that inside wall. And, well, frankly, Trevor isn't either. He's swinging the high side now, going to try to paint the fence in that 75 machine. Brandon Templeton at the top of the charts at the moment. In that 31 machine, the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker, just joined as well. So it looks like he may be our 10th guy here. If you're out there watching, thank you for tuning in. Once again, big shout out here to Flatline Racing Bodies. We don't get to do any of this fun stuff without you, and man, they have been an integral part of Coast to Coast, and very, very important here to keeping us rolling and keeping rolling. Bob the Goods out there rolling the bottom through, I believe that's 3 and 4 it was as he comes to the line. Trying to look back at the YouTube. Sorry about the quietness, just to see if it's okay, because, well, it's giving me that it's poor again, not telling me what's wrong with it. It says it's not receiving enough video. Looks like to me the video is getting received pretty well here. Randy Shreve's rolling around in that 56 machine. He's behind the Desert Demon, Terry Landis. Right along here with Randy. Shouldn't be too long till we get ready to roll into qualifying, I wouldn't think, here at the top of the hour. That should be coming at any moment, so if you're going to get that drink or anything, get it now. You don't want to miss qualifying. You know, you don't want to see what your driver went out there and did, what he's all about. So, Tyler, you can't join this race. I just saw your chat there on my side. But you can go to c2crl.com and apply for the league there. We do, or I shouldn't say we. They do charge a member fee, but I can tell you it's because they give away win stickers, trophies, all sorts of stuff, and it's definitely a pretty good league to be a part of. And obviously they pay for people like me to broadcast. So Brandon Templeton pulls out on the racetrack here. For lap number 1, the 31 will go straight to that high side. Build up as much speed as he can in the 31. Lap 1 underway. Rolls the bottom through 1 and 2. Pretty smooth there coming off the exit. But right now, Randy Shreve's purple through Sector 1. So keep an eye out. Oh, never mind. That was Sector 2. B-Temp purple Sector 1. What's it going to be through 2? Green. Is Brandon Templeton will be the first time and quick time, 1937. See the other laps here as they start to roll in. Bob the Good, currently P3, but we got a new quick time. Dean Reynolds got that 79 up top. Gonna roll through 3 and 4 for the final time. Dino, can he improve? He's gonna need to. Never mind, I thought when I saw that purple from Trevor, he was going to take quick time, but Trevor only goes 3rd. And Dino going to hold on. P1 for Dean Reynolds. Brandon Templeton 2nd. Trevor Giroux 3rd. Your top three at the moment is Sam Bachman comes across for his second and final attempt. Green, it's going to be quicker for Sam, but not quick enough. P6. I'm not too sure if we'll get I would think the one heat race with 10 drivers, but it may be 2 of 5, so I'm not too sure what the money invert spot may be. We'll have to see. As time runs out on qualifying there, we'll get ready to take a look at heat race number 1. They are going to do all 10 at once here. Figured they'd do as such. Let's take a look at that starting grid. Row 5 to the outside, the 161 of the Desert Demon, Terry Landis. To the inside, the 66 of Billy Roberts. Row 4 to the high side, the 313 of David Tormoski. To the inside, the 7 of Bob DeGood. Row 3, to the outside, the 007 of the Sam Maconda, Sam Bachman. To the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. To the inside, the 31 of B-Temp, Brandon Templeton. Row 1 for heat race number 1. How they finish is how they'll line up for tonight's A main. To the outside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. And starting on the pole, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Once again, normally I'm pretty good about not coughing into the mic. I haven't yet. I do just want to warn people because it's probably coming. I can feel the tingle in my throat. I'm just not feeling that great today. And actually, you guys will hear me live. We'll do this really quick. I can still see the computer, but I'm going to pop the cabinet open and grab a cough drop like I should have done a half hour ago. And as they continue to go down the backstretch here at the Port Royal Speedway, the pace car will pull off. And Randy Shreves will be set to bring us to the green flag as we roll through 3 and 4 for the final time. The green flag is high. It's set to fly, but let it marinate, let it settle. We got a little bit long straightaway here at the Port Royal Speedway, but the green flag waves and we're finally underway. 6 laps to play. B-Temp with a good run there on the bottom. Moved up to P2 for a quick minute, but Trevor Giroux got to roll him back on the high side there in that 075 in the Philly Flyer. Looking to keep it humming here, but here comes B-Temp. Brandon Templeton finding a lot of moisture down there on the bottom through 1 and 2, and he completes the pass. Move Brandon Templeton up a spot. So now I'm sneezing. You can't make this up. The Philly Flyer back to the bottom here. But he gets the door slammed in his face, and Sam Bachman trying to pick off his teammate there in the 79, Dean Reynolds. But Sammy, boy, is he going to send it in deep? He doesn't need to. Dino gets on the outside wall. That's going to be of his own doing here. Dino going to lose a spot as Trevor Giroux fights back to the inside. Trying to get P2 here, the Philly Flyer. Started second, looking to get back to it here as they're side by side. 2 laps to play at the Port Royal Speedway. 1 mile to go around the Speed Palace here as they touch going down the backstretch. Trevor, meanwhile, while battling Brandon, is still somehow caught your leader, Randy Shreves, and with the white flag displayed, 1 lap to go. Brandon Templeton looking to take a bite out of the bottom. Final time through 3 and 4 as we go up top. Now we'll go to the starter stand. Randy Shreves looks to have it as we come to the line. He does. The Philly Flyer P2, B-Temp 3rd, Samaconda 4th, Dino 5th, Billy Roberts 6th, Bob the Good 7th, Terry Landis 8th, Tormoski 9th, and the Brewerton Beast rounds out the field. We're going to take a short break here, and we'll be right back on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Stick around. As we are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. What's going on, Ant-Man? So I was just down there talking with your teammates here under this warm-up break, and well, not a lot of cars, man. So we're thinking not a lot of cautions, but some damn good racing up front, and I'm getting pretty excited here. The closer we get let's get ready to take a look at tonight's Flatline Racing Bodies 358 Modified starting feature lineup. Row 5 rounding out the field here at the Port Royal Speedway. To the outside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast. Jeff Barker to the inside, the 313 of David Tormoski. Row 4 to the top shelf, the 161 of the Desert Demon. Terry Landis to the inside, the 7 of Bob the Good. Row 3 to the outside, the 66 of Billy Roberts. To the inside, the 79 of Dino Dean Reynolds. Row 2 to the outside, the 007 of the Samaconda. Sam Bachman to the inside, the 31 of B-Temp, Brandon Templeton. Row 1 for your Flatline Racing Bodies 358 Modified. A main to the outside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer Trevor Giroux, and starting on the pole, the 56 of Randy Shreves. As we pace around the racetrack, we are a little over a quarter mile away here until race cars drop the hammer and we're out here racing. I don't know who you got, but I'm going to put my money here on the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. I think Sam Bachman may have a quick car, but you know how it is, Ant-Man. He's too nice. He's too nice. So as we go down the front stretch here for the final time at the Speed Palace, the green flag's high. It's ready to fly. 25 laps to play in the clay at the Port Royal Speedway. Your A-Main is underway. Trevor Giroux looking to bring momentum here. Lap 1. Can he do it? Can he get to the lead? It's going to be important to hold that 56 down. You don't want to let him get up there, roll his momentum. And the Philly Flyer does exactly that. Horse is galloping. The 075 leads the way as Sam Bachman and B-Tep are the first to go up top and play. Down the back stretch here. Here comes Dino as well. He's going to hop up in line, but he gets in the outside wall. Dean Reynolds. Boy, oh boy, hold on to her, Dino. As we go on board here with the 79, you see that Bowman design black and gold machine looking mean up on the top shelf. But here comes Bob DeGood on the inside. Look at him. He's going to take a little bite here in the basement. Find some grip down low. Bob pulls even here through 1 and 2, and we got a battle heating up for P2. Brandon Templeton high, wide, and handsome. He moves himself on up into P2 as B-Temp gets in the outside wall, gets a little bump there, or a little boost, I should say, and gives the 075 a little, you better get going there, Trevor. He's like, I'm ready to roll. The Philly Flyer knows, man, he's got to speed this thing up. Battle for the lead, heating up. The Samaconda, Sam Bachman, here he comes in the basement. All he needed was a little lose yourself here. Oh boy, slide job for the lead. The Samaconda tried to come up and high-five the camera there in the middle of 3 and 4 as he takes the lead. But here comes Brandon Templeton. 2 for 1, third to first. But he can't make it stick. Sammy B back to the lead. We're going to go up here. We'll give you my view here for a lap. You can just see how close, how good a race this actually is. Dino absolutely hit the nail on the head. Brandon Templeton, look at him trying to get a run down the backstretch. And Trevor Giroux back to the outside here, shopping for third. B-Temp slide job for the lead. Here comes Sam back. Can he get it at the line? Gonna have it. And the preferred line. 17 to go. Randy Shreves getting a run back together on the bottom here. Can the 56 get in the mix? And all of a sudden, here comes the 66. Picking up sticks on the bottom. Billy Roberts rolling here at the Port Royal Speedway. Brandon Templeton back to the lead here for the moment, but Sam Bachman, he's going to try to really counter here. Big run on the outside, going to try to cut down. Randy not there, but he can't get to the inside of the 31. And Brandon Templeton leads the way with 15 laps to play. Three, almost 4 wide here through 3 and 4 as Brandon Templeton leads one more here. 14 to go. Sam Bachman here trying to come back at the 31, but Brandon Templeton stretching out that lead a bit. And just as I say that, gets in the outside wall, and here comes the 007 reeling him back in. 13 to go. My apologies. Throat really tickling now. The 007 is Sam Bachman. Rolling P2. Brandon Templeton leading the way here. He's had a couple good races in that 31 machine as Dino hard into the outside wall coming out of 4. He gets sideways. Caution flag comes out. I couldn't tell exactly what happened. I just saw him bounce off the wall there coming out of 4. And we'll see. Get a better view of it. He does. He just slides out a little too far, gets the right front in the outside wall, and nowhere for Jeff Parker to go. He gives him a little shot. Dino goes around, does the loop-de-loop, and pulls to a stop. Aaron brings out a caution on the front stretch. Dino will go down, get that quick repair here. Get back out on the racetrack, and these drivers will get a chance here to reset a little bit. Maybe try to think of something they could do different here. What can they do to try to get it done here at the Port Royal Speedway? Should get the 1 to green this time by here, I believe. Can't tell. Actually, the lights may still be on the pace car. So, no, we'll go around here one more time. Once again, sorry, I know I'm not, normally even a real chatterbox under caution, but this race has been pretty good, so I'm trying to save the vocal cords here for the actual racing. Brandon Templeton set to bring us back to the green flag here. We roll through turn 2. We'll see that Steve King Foundation pace car pull off the racetrack. From there on, Brandon Templeton, leader, chose the outside here. So he's going to be in charge. Sam Bachman just got to sit and wait. The green flag is high. It's ready to fly. B-Temp drops the hammer. We're back underway. Sam Bachman slips back up in line, and it is time to play 2 wide behind the 66 and the 56. Billy Roberts moves himself up into that final podium spot as Bob the Goodhart into the backstretch wall here. Not too sure if he's got damage. Everything looks okay for the moment. But we're 3 wide as Terry Landis gets in the outside wall. He goes around. And we're going to be under caution here for the second time. And it looked very similar to what happened to Dean. Is he just going to slide up here? I guess he gets in the wall a little earlier. Dean didn't hit until about right here. Gets in that outside wall. And he said that the guardrail wasn't enough. Going to hit the concrete here. He really needs to shake up that milk. That chocolate water, I should say. And the Yoo-Hoo machine going to come down for a quick repair as well. And gives Billy Roberts a chance here to maybe think about making a big move here. His last restart, moved himself up into that final podium spot. Now I'll be fixing to, maybe, dig in a little deeper here, move up to second, possibly first here. But Brandon Templeton, he's definitely going to have something to say about that, man. That 31 machine has been quick since he's got out front. And I may have to stop picking against that 31 of Brandon Templeton for a while. That dirt track bank machine has had a lot of speed. Do believe he won the Open Modifieds Monday night. Maybe not. You know, that may be where my memory's at, but I feel like he ran pretty well. Go down the front stretch here. We'll watch the lights click off on the Steve King Foundation pace car. Brandon Templeton will be set to bring us back to the green flag here. It'll be single file from here on out. Less than 10 laps to go. So, I mean, it's, you know, you gotta go here. Gotta expect maybe one more caution. So, I mean, if you think that's coming, you gotta plan for it. You gotta get there sooner rather than later. 31 going to roll the high side here through 3 and 4. He'll drop the hammer after this opening. He does. Green flag waves back underway. 9 laps to play at the Port Royal Speedway. E-Temp clipped the wall a little bit there, but if anything, maybe it helped straighten him out. Didn't really seem to hurt that 31 of Brandon Templeton. As Sam Bachman currently P2 right there, man. He can smell what the 31 ate for dinner. But is he going to try to get up to the front here? Maybe try to force feed the 31 a little something. I mean, he's there, but with 8 laps to play, only 4 miles to go at the Port Royal Speedway. Oh, B-Temp gets in the outside wall. Sam gets in the back of him, and guess who? Mr. Pickup Sticks in the 66, Billy Roberts, rolls the bottom, gets by the Calamity, and he leads the way with 7 to play at the Port Royal Speedway as we roll through 3 and 4. 3 miles to go this time by. Can Billy Roberts hold off? I'm telling you, Billy, one of the guys I would have picked maybe 5th or 6th on my list to win this thing. This would be quite the upset. Can Billy Roberts hold off the field? I mean, he has drove his way up here. He started 6th. He has just knifed and daggered his way through the field here, and with 5 laps to go, you got to think it's looking pretty good here for the 66 if he can keep it out of the wall here. The 31, speaking of, clips that wall a little bit, but here he comes with 4 laps to go. Brandon Templeton getting a run on the outside as he pulls even as they enter 3. Billy Roberts with a slider going to come up and protect. Brandon Templeton going to stick it to the bottom. New leader with 3 laps to go. Sam Bachman trying to get a run now on Billy Roberts. No, excuse me. Billy getting shot out of a cannon on the bottom of 1 and 2. Can't slide up and shut the door, but you can put the top 3 under a blanket as Roberts leads with 1 mile to go. It is absolutely on here at the Speed Palace. Who is going to bring it home? Your guess is as good as mine. The 66 looking to shine. But here comes Brandon Templeton, all in the mail, half a mile to go. 1 lap to play as the white flag waves. Brandon Templeton gets in the outside wall and corner entry. And in the center, we're almost 3 wide. Billy Roberts on the bottom. Final time through 3 and 4. Billy Roberts shuts the door up top, but he leaves the basement open. 3 wide at the line. Give it to Billy Roberts over Brandon Templeton. Sam Bachman P3. Holy Jesus. Oh my God. I'm not going to have a voice for the next race. It's going to be all gone. We got to pull this up. I just want to double check. What you're looking at it. You're looking at it. 1/1000th of a second. Billy Roberts is your Flatline Racing Bodies 358 modified feature winner. And holy cow, Billy freaking Roberts is, oh my gosh, I'm recovering. I know these drivers have to. Jesus. All right. So, going to have to suck on this cough drop a little bit because my throat is screaming at me from the inside. We're going to calm this down. We are going to run this full speed here for just a second. I mean, I hate that we can pretend, I got a drone. And right here, I want to commend Billy Roberts for something first off, because it led arguably the closest finish we've ever had. And on the 358 modified side, I mean, you put three guys under a blanket. He could have went up here like an a-hole, like I probably would have done, and shut that door, okay? So that is the first thing to commend, because he could go up there and absolutely slam it shut. I mean, you see his wheels even just turn there back to the left when he saw him coming, and it rotated him a little sideways. In fact, that's probably what helped Brandon Templeton almost get there. And so right here at my I'll zoom out a little bit. No, I won't. No, I will. So the actual, I know the flag is up there, but I can't remember if it rolls to the actual flag, the timing loop. So I would think. Sorry, I could have pulled that away. Here we go. So right there is the checkered flag. Now we got to bring this back. It looks pretty close that front end is there. I can't change the center of the car here, because that'll just rotate the camera to make it look even more. But I mean, you can see how close that was here when you go to the top. I mean, 31's even looks like he's got a little damage there. Maybe that's what's screws him. But boy, oh boy, I mean, you can't ask for a better finish than that. And I mean, I made these guys wait long enough here. Let's talk to the driver of the 007, Sam Bachman. I haven't even pulled this in yet, and I don't even know if our leader is in here yet, Billy Roberts. But we'll have to deal with the man cracking the whip for now. We've got Sam Bachman in the 007. Sam, man, even you, close as heck to bringing that home. I mean, what are you thinking coming out of 4? That really, I mean, that could have went any one of you three drivers' way. That was one of the best finishes I've ever seen, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race, to be honest. It's been a while since I had a pretty fun race like that. Felt like anybody really could have won it, to be honest. But coming out of turn 4, I was just hoping I had a little more gear to get going. Just felt a little boggy or whatever, and I knew I was coming door to door with them, but then they just kind of had that momentum and pulled me a little bit. But it's a hell of a race.
Yeah, and
Race.
it really was. And no, dude, you can say hell. It was a hell of a race. And actually, what I'm seeing right now, that was what allowed Billy to get the lead. Brandon gets in the wall in front of you, and dude, with you barely any time to react at all. I mean, that could have been bad for you and Brandon. You could have took both of you out there. How important was it, man, that you gathered yourself up? I mean, I know obviously you fell back to third there, was not what you want to do, but dude, it could have been a lot worse. That was some real contact there.
Oh yeah, I had a feeling it was probably gonna come because every time he was hitting the wall, I was hitting the wall and just killing all of our momentum. And at one time, I really wasn't expecting it, and I just gave him a little nudge in the rear end and almost spun him sideways. I'm just glad that we both kept it straight and could come out with the podium. Can't complain, I guess, with that race. To be honest, it was pretty fun. So.
No, and pretty clean. You guys kept it clean up there at front, and I mean the wrecks. I know you could probably pick on Dino about one of them, but their solo car spins. I mean, everybody seemed to be racing each other clean. The track was racy. And you guys put on a hell of a show, man. Congratulations with that P3. Got anybody you want to thank, Sammy?
Oh, all the boys over at FTM, Gunnar at Swan Speed Shop, Dean over at Super Dirt Car Series, Expert Installation, Shaggy, obviously you for doing the broadcast, and Coast to Coast.
Well, hey, hell of a run, Sam. Congratulations on the P3. Can't wait to talk to you again, man.
Thank you.
Sam Bachman cracking the whip here, bringing home the final podium spot. Now we're going to get to bring up the man who, well, Brandon, you've been having a pretty good string of luck, and I'd say really P2, pretty dang good race, but man, oh man, 1/1000th of a second. It took me forever to get to you guys because I needed to get a good view of that line, and I mean, holy heck, you guys, I mean, you may have lost by an eyelash. So what's it feel like? And first off, were you kind of surprised? I mean, I kind of credited him. Dude, I thought he would either A, slam me in the wall or shut the door. But the fact that he let you that, I mean, it was literally a one lane and you mudged it in there. But boy, oh boy, man, that made for probably the best finish I've ever seen in these things.
Yeah, I wasn't really disappointed when I saw that I came in second. I just had a hell of a lot of fun. I mean, my heart was racing. That was so much fun. I was talking to Billy and the guys there in the waiting room, and they were just, everybody agreed. There was a little bit of trading paint, a little rubbing, tough track, but just everybody was trying to keep it off each other, and it was good, hard racing. And congrats to Billy. I think he said that was his first coast-to-coast win. If that's true, man, that was awesome. He earned it.
Dude, no kidding. I mean, and he had to go toe-to-toe with, I know you don't want to credit yourself, so I'll do it for you. But you and Sammy, man, you're two of the best we have in these, especially the fixed, man. When it's on an even playing field, you guys can drive anything, and you showed that tonight with, after you got in that wall, you and Sam made some contact. Truthfully, did you think it was over from there?
I thought it was over 3 or 4 times. I think I stuffed the front end in the wall and got stuck and had to get on the brake or let off the gas 3 or 4 times, and I was able to continue on, but I know those guys were getting stacked up back there, and it makes it really hard to follow a guy when you're that close to the wall.
Yeah, most definitely, especially when if you take a look at it, and Sam said it too. I mean, it was he was your mirror, man. If you'd get in the wall, he was right there with you, so no real time to react. But man, oh man, you put on a hell of a show there coming to the checker. Congratulations on the P2, Brandon. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank Flatline Racing Bodies, Hammer Down Racing, Joe, Kurt, Brian, Extreme Images, Maley's Makery, Big C's Lawn Care, you for doing the broadcast, everybody at Coast to Coast helping out, doing, reviews, putting out, results, scheduling, adminning. That's all greatly appreciated by all of us drivers for sure. So thanks to them. Thanks to Jay with the Dirt Track Bank there in Malvern. Check it out, dirttrack.bank.
Well, hey, hell of a run, Brandon. Can't wait to talk to you again, man. Good luck the rest of the way. Or I guess only one week to go here. Good luck next week, man. Championship week.
You bet. And congrats to Billy again.
Brandon Templeton bringing home the win. But from what we understand, from what Brandon Templeton said here, first career win, Billy Roberts, 1/1000th of a second, man. You talk about having to earn it, dude. You went out there, you made him work, and you held him off just long enough. I mean, what were we thinking coming to this? We're watching it right now, this battle to the line. Did you know you won? Or did you have to glance down and double check here? Because, man, you guys were side by side. That was amazing to watch.
Did have to look when I went across there. I looked down and did see it. I didn't know. I thought he got me actually.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's really tricky to the eye, because he's coming with the big run on the top shelf. And if you go back and listen to the call, I'd mentioned you shutting the door on him. I thought you were going to go up there and shut it the whole way, but you left that, I'm talking alleyway-sized lane open, and somehow he fit it in there. Were you surprised coming down the front stretch? You hear a car to the outside and a car to the inside, 3 wide?
I ain't good at I don't like that. I don't like it when people do it to me. So I knew it. I didn't have a hard enough drive in the corner to get all the way up. So I figured that I needed to leave a lane anyway. We'll race it to the checkered and best man win, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. That's exactly what happened tonight. And there are other guys who are going to hear what you just said. And, that goes a hell of a long way, Billy. I mean, the fact that, you could have easily went up there and fed it to him, made him run in the back of you, won this thing comfortably. But instead, you let the chips settle, man, the way they should, and you had enough to drag him back to the line. And a first win, I mean, there aren't much more memorable than this one, man. Congratulations on a hell of a run, Billy. Who you want to thank, man?
Well, Flatline Bodies, of course. Dean for, I guess, getting this league going here, and all my guys over at IF. Mike Vitale, Randall Dixon, Jake, Henry, all the guys that are on our team. At my wife, of course,
LFM,
for
right?
letting me do it. Yep, LFM.
Yeah, and then of course,
yeah.
Mrs. Roberts. Oh God, I forgot Mrs. Chapman one time. I heard about that for a while, so don't you ever forget that, Billy.
Oh, I know. Well, I don't get to do this very often. I don't get the interview very often. I just seem to have bad luck. I get up front and it just never seems to work out for me.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. You keep running like this, I'm going to be talking to you a lot more. Hell of a run, man. Congratulations. Can't wait to talk to you again, brother.
Thank you, Shaggy.
Billy Roberts. I'm telling, dude, a show. Let's do it one more time. I mean, I can't even start the next show until 7:45. They'll probably want to let some people join in. Let's watch it one more time. I mean, let's go up top. We'll get rid of this crap. Let's watch it full speed. So this is them coming. This is turn one, final lap. There, Sam gets into the back of the 31 a little bit after he got into the front stretch wall. Billy, leading by about 3/4 of a car length. Enters here, and this is where you heard me open my mouth, say he shuts the door, but he said, nope, I'm going to leave a little alley open. And B-Temp gets there, but at the line, Billy Roberts, man, has enough to bring it home, and he better thank his wife. I'm hearing over the speaker that she chose the transponder location, so maybe it's in a better spot than B-Temps was, because an amazingly close finish. And well, we still got another race here. We got 360 sprint cars coming up here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, so stick around. We'll take a short break, go load up in the other session, and we'll be back here with 25 feature racing laps here and some 360 sprint cars. Stick around.
It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get. Tonight we'll be talking about it.
outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized, no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive. So having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
We're back live on the Coast2Coast Racing Network. I'm Zach Chat with Shaggy TV once again. Sorry about, not being as chatty. You can probably hear my voice going away towards the end of that one, so I'm really trying to save it here for the race call because, I needed it there for that closing finish as Billy Roberts brought home his first ever Coast-to-Coast feature win. In the closest fashion iRacing will allow 1/1000th of a second win over Brandon Templeton. And got 2 new guys in this one. We may not have had Pat Boyce either. Got Gavin Shaw, Patrick Spangler, possibly Pat Boyce. Can't remember if they were in the last one. No Brandon Templeton, no Trevor, no Sam Bachman. No Billy Roberts. So those are the 4 gone. So yeah, we do have 3 new guys. That would be the math there. Had 10, now 9. As Bob DeGood comes across the line here to take the to take the green flag. Lap number 1 underway for the 7 of Bob DeGood. See what the lap time looks like for Bob as he crosses the line here. Purple sector 2. Going to be a 15.88 for the 7 of Bob DeGood as Dean Reynolds comes in. P3 for the moment is Randy Shreves was P3, but Patrick Spangler in the 39. Look at this. This is home of the Zemco machine here. Rolling the top side at the Speed Palace here. Not going to improve lap 2, but doesn't need it. Because I thought I was a 1 sneeze and done earlier, but now I sneeze 1 more time. Decided to return. I'm going to be fighting. Huh. Off another one there is Jeff Barker. Coming around lap number 1 here. Man, I'm going to keep sneezing, apparently. as hopefully we get all the sneezes out in qualifying, not under green flag, as Jeff Barker going to get his second lap in. Not going to see what it is, though, as he runs out of time. As we get set here to take a look at the only heat race here tonight for your Flatline Racing Bodies 360 Sprint cars. I'm going to sneeze one more time. Jiminy Christmas. Rounding out the field, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 4 to the outside, the 79 of Dino. Dean Reynolds to the inside, the 75 of the Mare, Steve Bixler. Oh, man, I'm going to sneeze again. Row 3 to the outside, the 161 of the Desert Demon, Terry Landis to the inside, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Row 2 to the outside, the 39 of the high side banger, Patrick Spangler to the inside, the 710 of Gavin Shaw. Row number 1 for heat race number 1. How they finish is how they'll line up for tonight's A-Main. To the outside, the 7 of Bob DeGood. And starting on the pole, the 41 of the Librarian, Pat Boyce. See how it looks here. And they roll down the backstretch for the first time. Patrick Spangler will already be up in the hunt here for the lead. I mean, I've seen him do some crazy 4-letter S-words type stuff, you know, in these fixed setups. He's quick. He is willing to flex it. Let's see what he's got here. Is no Blake Chapman to rival him here. The kid's off at college. We wish you well, Blake, as the green flag waves. E-race number 1 is underway. It's Pat Boyce with a good run. Oh, contact in the back. Terry Landis, Dino, Jeff Barker. As we'll see here, there's not going to be a caution. Let's take a look at it. See if we can see what happened here. Oh, so the 710 of Gavin Shaw gets into the wall on the bottom, just creates a huge stack up. And from there, just involved. And I guess my SDK is not going to want to work here, so we're going to have to do a reset under warm-ups, but no problems now, because for the moment, Pat Boyce continues to lead the way here at the Port Royal Speedway, and Patrick Spangler, not sure what's going on with that 39, but it's not looking very fine right now for the Semco Racing 39 machine, as he's a ways back with not a lot of time to play. 2 laps to go at the Port Royal Speedway. The Young Gun Creations Salty Dogs 41 machine is a lap and a half away from bringing us to the green flag here to start the features. The white flag waves, 1 lap to go. I just don't think anybody's going to be close enough to Pat Boyce here. As we power down the backstretch, you can see the battle for second. Randy Shreves, does he make a swing? Not going to have time as we roll off of 4. Bob DeGood wins heat race. Pat Boyce, wins your only heat race here. Bob DeGood, P2. Randy Shreves, 3rd. Patrick Spangler, 4th. Gavin Shaw, 5th. Steve Bixler, 6th. Dean Reynolds, 7th. Jeff Barker, 8th. And Terry Landis rounds out the field. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Almost that time here to get the ball rolling and get to a main time here for your Flatline Racing Bodies 360 sprint cars. We'll bring you your starting lineup here. As soon as we can, we'll get ready to go racing. Rounding out the field all by himself in row 5, the 161 of the Desert Demon, Terry Landis. Row 4 to the top shelf, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. To the inside, the 79 of Dino, Dean Reynolds. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 75 of the Mayor, Steve Bixler. To the inside, the 710 of Gavin Shaw. Row 2 to the outside, the 39 of the High Side Banger, Patrick Spangler. To the inside, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Row 1 for your Flatline Racing Bodies 360 sprint car. Amen. To the outside, the 7 of Bob DeGood. And starting on the pole, the 41 of the Salty Dog, Pat Boyce. Long way to go here. 25 laps at the Port Royal Speedway. So, you know, you got to nurse this thing. You got to be smart if you want to bring it home. Can't go out here and, you know, bust your load right away here. You got to save yourself a little something for the end game. As we roll down the backstretch for the final time at the Speed Palace, Pat Boyce set to bring us to the green flag here. Can the 41 of Pat Boyce hold off the rest of the charging field? Here's the green flag waves. We're underway. Pat Boyce drops the hammer here at the Speed Palace. Good jump for the 41 of Pat Boyce, who's able to slide right in front of Bob DeGood. Randy Shreves now to the bottom, looking for a little 2-for-1. Oh! Watch out there in 3 and 4. Wild ride, caution flag. And that 56 of Randy Shreves threw a slide job. And boy, oh boy, Bob DeGood gonna pay the ultimate price here. As we'll go back, we'll watch this. We're 3 wide. Randy Shreves tries to do it, tries to rotate it up, but gets into the 7 of Bob DeGood, who just sends the 41 out of the ballpark here at the Speed Palace. And Bob DeGood end over end. Was Pat Boyce able to drive it back on the racetrack? I mean, there is an opening, but right now somebody might need to check on Pat. He's on pit road here. That was a wild ride, and we only had 9 guys, 2 of them. If they can't get that quick repair done in time, they are junked here. Now Patrick Spangler going to have to see if he can get up here and go play with the 56. These guys are racing hard here. I am going to kind of save this voice here till we get ready to go back racing. So be ready here. Lights should go off this time. We roll down the backstretch here for the final time. Oh, no, never mind. Lights came back on for some reason. I guess they want to let these guys tighten back up here, getting off pit road. That would be my assumption, anyways. As they do now get to tighten up here with the rest of the field. Now the lights go off. Should stay off here this time. As long as they don't make a liar out of me once again. Also, my brother, he's into Supercross, so I'm going to the Supercross finals here in Charlotte. In a week, I'll be in Charlotte, so if anybody is down there knows of anything to do, any good steakhouses to take my brother to for his bachelor party, I want to know about them as the green flag waves. We're back underway. Definitely want to give the little brother here a good time before he ties the knot. There's the high side banger trying to tie a knot on the high side of this speedway. The Zemco 39 machine looks to the bottom. Slide job for the lead. The high side banger got the 39 humming there on the bottom through 1 and 2. But he's going to see what he can do right back up against the wall through 3 and 4. Give me some more, says the 39. And Patrick Spangler leads it at the line. Patrick Spangler clears him here as we enter the center of the backstretch. Meanwhile, battle is on. Back here, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Dino on the outside behind Jeff Barker. Now looking to take a peek there on the low side as the Brewerton Beast gets in the outside wall. He's going to stick it up there. Doesn't want to get in front of anybody. Up and over the 513 goes. Down to the inside. No caution flag here for the 513. He's got to continue. And this is going to let him soon see the 39 of Patrick Spangler, who has got this thing humming. Jeff Barker going to need a caution here with 19 laps to go. Terry Landis to the bottom, looking for that third and final podium spot as Jeff Barker pulls off the racetrack. He's going to call it a night here. Tough break for the Brewerton Beast. As the 79 looking to cook on the bottom. Here he goes around the mare. Steve Bixler couldn't get the votes he needed to hold on to that top side, and now he's got to go to the bottom here. Going to do a little switch up here, see if he can't steal some out of the 79's box. Randy Shreves comfortably in P2 right ahead of this mess. This is the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th here. 75, 5th. The Yoo-Hoo machine looking mean in P3 for the moment. As we've seen Dino and him have some battles, man, some amazing battles here in the past. And Steve Bixler, he's a little jealous, man. He wants in on it. That's exactly what he's doing. He is working right now in the 75 machine. As we ride on the roll bar here of the 75. Show you he's just doing a good job of grabbing that bottom roll and being smooth. But the 79 has just got it. I mean, we'll ride along with Dino here. Just look at the difference. He's fighting that wheel because, I mean, he's all but hammered down. I mean, he is hauling the mail here. Working overtime on the high side here at the Speed Palace. It is tricky right now, it looks like, through 1 and 2. If Dino could... Oh, I told you he gets in the outside wall. He could possibly run the bottom, maybe slider line 1 and 2. Then go right back up top in 3 and 4. He is hauling the mail in 3 and 4. But 1 and 2 struggling a little bit here is Steve Bixler. Able to reel him back in a little through the center. Dino does get a good run off, though, that time. And he is starting to reel in that 161. And Terry better shake well here because the drink's about to get tested. This is for the final podium spot. Randy Shreves comfortably 2 seconds up the road as Dino to the outside. There may have been a little contact there. Terry may not have known he was there, but gave him the lane. And now Terry gonna see him for sure as the 79's got him at the line. The 161 looking to slide up in front, can't do it. And Dean Reynolds gonna take over that final podium spot for the looks of it, and he does. It's the runoff of 4. He's got it at the line as the 161 thinks about throwing a slide job. Terry Landis coming back trying to hunt, but Dino too quick. And the 79 going to try to walk away here with 8 laps to play. Patrick Spangler, I mean, he is gone. Lifetime up the road here. He's 3 seconds. You see it, a full corner ahead of the 56 here. Randy Shreves and Patrick Spangler just needs this thing to stay green. Is Dino. He's one of the guys. He wants a caution. Randy Shreves, he wants a caution. And Terry Landis, man, he just wants back on that podium, whatever the hell it'll take for that 161, he says, as he is letting it eat, man. He is sliding up to the outside. Hang on to her, buds. Terry Landis, man, working it for all it's worth right now as we've got 5 laps to go here. At the Speed Palace, Gavin Shaw trying to hold off Bob DeGood for that final top 5 spot. As Patrick Spangler comes to the line, 4 laps to play. Randy Shreves, here he comes. And here comes Dean Reynolds. 2 miles left at the Speed Palace. Now down to a mile and a half. Is the 39. Almost bikes it there coming off of 4. He is absolutely not taking his foot off the gas. He is kicking it into you-know-what here. Just beating down the top side. Here's the sparks fly. 2 laps to play at the Port Royal Speedway. Dean Reynolds does a little bit of a bike too. He gets into the outside wall, jumps the front tires here with 2 laps to go. He is reeling in Randy Shreves, but he's not going to have enough time because the high side banger just took the white flag. 1 lap to go here in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. Final time through 3 and 4, the 39. We're going to need to find somebody to give him some competition now that Mr. Chapman's gone, because the high side banger wins by 5.5 seconds at the Speed Palace over Randy Shreves. Dean Reynolds, P3, Terry Landis 4th, and Gavin Shaw rounds out the top 5. I don't think, did we? No. Yeah, okay. 1 caution flag. 1 caution flag. That's right, the ballpark. 1 caution flag, but, I mean, pretty dang smooth race here. And Patrick Spangler had enough to bring it home, set the pace out front. Won the race here, but we'll make him wait a little bit. You know, that's what you do if you win. You gotta wait. You gotta savor it. You gotta let it set in. We'll see here if we can't get a word with the driver of the 79. Dean Reynolds. Pull him up here. Hey, Dino, Shaggy in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure. I thought Randy was going to park in with Patrick in the victory lane there. So and then I saw he's on the darn track. So let's
oh, you're good. I'm watching the replay here. I'll go live.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
Yeah, we'll look at it. We'll look at it real
there
quick.
we go. There we go. All right. Bingo. All right, guys. I think I can make that work, and let's go talk to Shaggy. All right, there we go.
Well, Dino, man, you had a quick car there coming towards the end, but it was just one of those, couldn't get another caution flag. And, I mean, we see you're running down Randy, but man, you're just so far back there after having to battle your way through, which is exactly what you had to do, man. Battle your way through. I mean, I watched you battle with Bob DeGood. He was running you there hard. Terry Landis was running you hard. I mean, it was a lot of fun to watch. Talk to us about it.
It was Terry and Steve.
Steve
actually,
Bixler. Yeah, that's who it was.
They were side by side every lap and putting on a great race. And yeah, and then Jeff was in front of me there a little bit too. Yeah, I had a good car, but hey, they're putting on a good race and they're side by side and they're trying to be careful not to get into each other. So I kind of just had to either wait for mistakes or try to make that bottom work. And actually, I did finally make that bottom work. And then when I got going, Terry got me in the bottom and just blew by all of us. And I'm like, okay, the bottom's good. And then I went down there and I didn't feel that good. And I said, you know what, Dean, what did I say last week? Swallow your balls, get back to the top and do what you need to do. And I figured eventually that bottom's going to wear out because not a lot of people like to run the top here because it's bumpy as hell. And I said, well, I'll get to the top. And then once we get up to third, yeah, I was closing a little bit on Randy, but not enough. I definitely needed yellow. It would have been interesting. I wouldn't have Spangler, but but I was timing almost a tenth faster than Randy there the last 5 or 6 laps. So it was a lot of fun. I make up for what I didn't know what I did wrong in the 358s. I timed fastest, and I thought, okay, I haven't run Port Royal in God, I don't know how long. And I said, well, I guess I remembered how to run this, and got in that 358 race, and I was dog doo-doo. So this felt good. So not a lot of cars tonight, but a lot of good racing though.
Yeah, with the not a lot of cars, that's kind of led me here to my next question. I was kind of surprised. I mean, you talked about the top being bumpy, and obviously we rode along with you there for one of your rides through 1 and 2. I mean, it was treacherous, but it seemed like 3 and 4, man, you were making the money. What was so hard about 1 and 2 tonight?
1 and 2 just developed bumpy. I mean, I went up there when I came in for practice, and it was bumpy right off the start. And, it was funny. I was joking around. I think I was in Discord last week or something, and I have no idea when iRacing scanned this track how they got bumps. This track has not had a bump in it in 10 years. And yet, I guess the one night they went there must have had rain all day or something like that, and the track developed, some cushion and ripples and ruts or whatever, and they scanned it. And I'm like, I just wish they can get Port Royal the way it really is, so more guys can have more confidence to run the top. And I think, it doesn't suck as racing, but it could be better.
Yeah, it definitely makes it much harder to be, what do you want to call it? Hit your marks every lap, whatever damn word I'm looking for. But, hey, Dino, hell of a run, man. Congratulations on that P3. You got anybody you want to thank before you hit the road?
Yeah, you got to thank the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports, of course. Not a lot of them do sprint car racing, but we got one, Gavin Chatham, who really knows what he's doing, and I got to thank him. He really helps me out a lot. He mentors me. Patrick Spangler, always got to thank him. I mean, when I first started going with the open sets, he was the one that really helped me out, gave me some sets to use and such. And if it was for him, I wouldn't have the love of sprint cars that I do now, because I really do love running sprint cars and such. I got to thank Flatline Racing Bodies for their sponsorship. If it wasn't for them, Shaggy wouldn't be here. And, we're going to continue with Hometown Heroes next season. And, we're going to have a lot of fun. And then, got to thank Coast to Coast for giving us a place to race. And then, next week we go for championships in all the divisions. And then week 13 on Wednesday, I already talked to you a little bit about it. I'm going to have something a little cool, a little special. And hopefully we'll get some guys to come on in and have some fun on the fun run on Thursday. But we're going to throw a little money at them too.
Well, hey, a little side note before you get out of here. It's got absolutely nothing to do with what happened tonight, but did any of you guys run the DOB for Knoxville Nationals? Did any of the FTM guys get into that?
No, none of the FTM guys did, but a lot of the Coast to Coast guys did. That's why their Monday night prelim only had 48 cars. Last night had 62 because all the Coast to Coast guys ran last night. Because we had to run Renegades on Monday. So, I'm in it. If I don't run Hard Knocks tonight, but I am going to run tonight. That starts at 9. Me, Patrick, and I think Gavin Shaw are going to be in it. I was supposed to start 4th in the C Main on Thursday, but two things. A, I can't make it tomorrow because I'm going to be at Lebanon Valley for the Super Dirt Car Series, and I'm still going to run Hard Knocks tonight. But, yeah, the sun shined on this dog's ass last night, 62 cars, and I timed second fastest.
Oh, hell yeah.
I had a
good 410.
I was 6th car out, and I just hit it perfect. Wound up second fastest, but with the Knoxville deal, though, they do the full invert, so I had to start 8th in the heat. And then my true colors and lack of talent really showed. So I finished where I started in the heat. I had to run the C main, took second there. Matter of fact, got 14th in the B. Patrick passed me on the last corner, last lap to get 13th. But Dittmer made the A main last night, so that was kind of cool to watch. So, but yeah, we're running that and having some fun with that, and I'm still learning with the 410s. And 9 o'clock, that's what we're gonna do.
Well, hey, good luck, Dino. I'll try to tune in here. Good luck, man.
Yeah, thanks. And I'm actually recruiting some of those guys and looking at their I ratings. I'm going to try to bring them on over to Coast to Coast and have them come join us and do some sprint car racing too.
Was Tyler Lucy from your league that you did?
No, he was not. No, so
okay, because he was commenting on the stream tonight asking about, but I can't remember his I rating. I didn't know if you knew him or not.
Yeah, no, I've ran with him before, but yeah, I looked at all the I ratings last night. I'm going to reach out, and there's some really good guys like Joseph Groom and some bunch of other guys that are under 3,000 that are really clean, really respected, and I'm definitely going to reach out to them and see if we can get them into Coast to Coast and have some fun with us too.
We'll look forward to it, Dino, and good luck tonight, man.
All right, brother, and congratulations, Patrick and Randy. They earned it. Good job.
That's Dean Reynolds, your third place finisher. Now, sorry, Randy, you know how it goes, man. If I get Dino before any one of you guys, you might as well go grab a snack here because maybe a little bit. But, hey, man, at the end of the day, second fastest car, and it looked like there for a while. You had something there for Patrick. You were hanging with him, and then, you know, maybe it was just my eyes, but it looked like you tapped the wall a little bit. And from there, man, handling just wasn't there. But you still had speed, held on to P2. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, definitely tapped that wall there, and not sure what happened on that initial start, man. Just had a really good launch. I don't know if like the initial caution was on me or what. I noticed I had a 2X after that, and I mean, if it was my fault, I apologize. I didn't see anybody above me. I just noticed everybody went high, so I went low on that initial start, and it seemed to have paid off, and yeah, got the lead there, and then we had that restart, and me and Patrick were going at it pretty good there, and then he just kind of blew by me, and yeah, I wasn't catching him, man. He had that top on rails, and yeah, it was just an awesome race. Happy to be here on the podium.
Yeah, and
can't ask for any better than that.
No, and man, you know, I can't. Well, I should say, you know, I can't say I've been here a lot, but there are definitely times where I'm that second, possibly third fastest car, you know, and there's no way I can get to that guy in front of me. I mean, as the laps are climbing down here, you're not wanting a caution, are you? You're just wanting to get this thing over with. You don't want to have anybody battling from behind. Is that kind of your mentality?
Well, I actually did kind of want a caution there at the end, and maybe I could have pulled something off on Patrick, but you know, that would have definitely been tough to do. He's just one of them drivers, man. It's just hard to beat him, and he's really good at what he does, and I don't know. I mean, it could have helped, and it might not have. I guess we'll never know, but I was kind of hoping for one just to try it, because I know he had me gapped.
Now, a little off the subject here of this race, but you're going to thank him later for your paint. Now, your son Dylan, does he do any iRacing? Because I ran across Dylan Shreves the other night in an official race, and he had a pretty similar paint job. So, did I get the race with your painter finally?
Yes, you did, and hopefully he raced you clean.
Oh yeah, he totally did. It just, when I saw the car, I believe was. Does he run 56 as well? I think it was almost the same scheme. That's what drew my eye to it.
Yeah, he runs the 56D.
Okay, all right, yep, that's what it was. I was gonna say, I'm like, because I thought at first, I'm like, I'm racing with Randy, and then I looked at the name and saw it was Dylan, and I'm like, oh, I finally get to race with the painter. But no, yeah, I think that was at Knoxville a couple weeks or last week, I think, and he waxed us. So yeah, he didn't do anything bad.
Yeah, I think he actually got a little better than I did. So, yeah, he's a tough one also.
Well, hey, hell of a run tonight, Randy. Congratulations on the P2, man. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, definitely appreciate it, Shaggy. For sure want to thank everybody at Coast to Coast, Flatline Racing Bodies, you for the broadcast, man. KSB Builders, my son Dylan Shreves at Dylan Shreves Designs for painting my car. Um, everybody here that races, man. It's just awesome to be in this league and run with all these guys. And definitely want to thank everybody for watching.
Hey, hell of a run, Randy. Can't wait to talk to you again, man. Good luck next week, championship week. Go get it.
Thanks, Shaggy.
Randy Shreves bringing home P2, and now we made the father wait long enough here. But, you stunk up the show, Patrick. You got around, won this thing by 6 seconds all but. I mean, how are we feeling? And no better place for that Zemco machine right here than the top side at the Speed Palace.
Yeah, I decided to keep the Zemco machine for port, but yeah, had a pretty terrible 2 weeks here, especially with Renegades and then in the Dobb League. So it's nice to finally pull one off here and not wreck.
Yeah, and speaking of not wrecking, we were watching you there those last couple laps, and I think it was with 3 or 4 to go, man. You gave it an awful wild ride off of 4. I mean, is there anything inside of you telling you, hey, maybe I got a big enough lead, I should slow down a little bit, or you just all go, man, all gas, no brakes?
I'm just trying to get back in a rhythm. I've been out of it, and then I had the Knoxville race tonight, trying to do the hard knocks night for the 410 National. So trying to get used to riding the wall and trying to push the limit there.
Yeah, I heard you got by Dino last night on the last lap. How are we looking in points here if we don't make it through the hard knocks? Where are you gonna set the line up here tomorrow?
I think I was in the end of the C main because I was terrible in my heat, and then in the B main went 16th to 5th, and then got in a wreck. Top 4 would have made the A. Had to go to the back, and I think I finished 12th or something. So, yeah, got my work cut out for me. I think Shell, Pettit, and all of them are in this tonight. So, I don't think I'll transfer. I'm just trying to get to the B main.
Well, hey, man, drive it smooth, get it in the show. You never know where that 39 will go. Good luck tonight, Patrick. I'll tune in and, man, go get them. You got anybody you want to thank, though, before you get out of here and go get some laps in?
Yeah, just you for the awesome broadcast, everything you do for the week. Jack and Jeff run the league. Velocity Race Designs for the Zemco paint. And just everybody for coming out and having a nice green flag, long green flag race.
Hey, hell of a run, man. Can't wait to talk to you again. Good luck next week, man. Championship week.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks.
The high side banger, Patrick Spangler, bringing it home here at the Port Royal Speedway. And with that, we're going to wrap it up for your Flatline Racing Bodies hometown heroes. I'm going to kick it off by saying I'm Zach Chapman with Shaggy TV. So long. Have a good rest of your week. And damn it, college football's back, baby. Let's go.